Have you ever heard the phrase, calories are king? Well, in this third lesson of this Man Code series, I'm going to be discussing macronutrients and telling you why calories are king, giving you simple solutions in order to measure, track, and also get the benefits from having a balanced diet. I'm also going to be sharing with you some spreadsheets and simple tools you can use in order to get started and see some great results. Let's dive in. So today I'm going to be talking to you about why calories are king and understanding how your body responds to energy balance. Now, it sounds simple. Eat more calories than you burn and you gain weight. Eat less and you lose weight. Now, it's not as simple as that, but let's just take it on the fact or logic that that's what can happen. And if you stick to that rule, then you might see some changes. Macronutrients balance matters though for your general health. Now, caveat, I'm not a dietitian, a nutritionist, or a naturopath. I merely show people examples of what's been done in my program where people have a diet as such and they get some responses from these things. So don't come running to me asking for diet plans and asking for specifics on that because I can't give it to you. I'm not allowed to. I can get a lot of trouble for that. However, I can give you some information on that, which might lead you down the right path. Protein, carbohydrates, and fats do play a unique role. So track and adjust for success. Consistency, again, is key. And if you're brand new here, my name is Steve Roberts, aka Robbo. I'm an accredited exercise physiologist, a personal trainer, and I've been making men strong and helping people with their health and fitness since 2014 online. I've also been a health and fitness professional for nearly 25 years since my very first day sitting down at university, 1998. I've been working at this. And you've seen me on YouTube and various videos from a skinny 18-year-old boy getting solid, far left there, getting jacked when I was 22, getting into weight training, and then as an athlete, becoming a professional boxer, getting to my fight weight, getting nice and lean. I've done the work and I know how to adjust your body to get it to its fight weight. And you've also seen me get fat as well. So I'm human just like you. And this was just recently where my body's out of shape post-Christmas. And I'm going to be sharing with you a simple trackable system using the 4Ms that's going to help give you results. You've also seen me lose nearly 10 kilograms in 6 weeks without exercise. And by that I mean formal exercise. I just walked daily. I did some tracking basically on my macronutrients, and then I just measure myself with metrics, and we'll discuss that later. So carbohydrates, proteins, fats. You're probably familiar with these sort of things. Let's dive a bit deeper into what is a macronutrient. Now, these are nutrients that your body needs in large amounts to provide energy and support for essential bodily functions like growth, repair, and overall health. They are the building blocks of your diet and consist of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Okay, you probably can see from that image there, you've got carbohydrate section. Now, depending on where you get extracted your information from, if it comes from the Australian Healthy Eating Guidelines, they have the old food pyramids, they have the plates these days. There is some information there which you can use. Depending on what sort of type of diet you want to follow, this comes across as very mainstream advice right now. It's not cutting edge stuff. That's what I teach my clients inside of my Fitter After 40 programs. In proteins, you got your meats, your dairies, your eggs, your nuts, things like that, your cheeses, and of course your fats, avocados, oils, nuts, coconut, etc. So you probably know about that. And there are 3 macronutrients, as I said. There's the protein. You've got 4 calories per gram for protein sources like meat, fish, eggs, dairy. I've already mentioned that. And you can get your sources from that. Depending on your diet, of course, this is not specific or customized. Most people need a balance. Carbohydrates, again, 4 calories a gram. Fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes, and sugars. And then finally, fats. 9 grams per calories per gram, so it's a lot more energy. Nuts, seeds, oils, fatty fish, avocados, and animal fats. Now, why this matters is that each macronutrient serves for a specific purpose, and a balanced intake is critical for energy production, muscle growth and repair, brain function, mental clarity, hormonal balance, and these things work together. But the exact balance depends on your goals. It could be weight loss, muscle gain, maintenance. You might be working on curing a disease, for example. So things are definitely customized there. Managing proportions in your diet can significantly impact your health and fitness outcomes. So as I said, there are 3 important points about macronutrients. Calories is definitely king. It's really not so much about the type or quality of food, although that definitely matters. The amount overall does matter. So the balance needs to come from calories first. Proteins, carbs, and fats definitely support your health and performance, but that control is definitely the foundation. You need to track and adjust for success. Now, hitting your balance is important for consistency and just seeing your maintenance of your body. Now, what is a calorie? Go a bit deeper here. It's a unit of energy. It measures how much energy food provides your body, or how much energy your body actually burns during activity. Now, the definition here is that 1 calorie is the amount of energy required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. And really, in the context of food and nutrition, we use kilocalories, kcal, and 1 kilocalorie equals 1,000 calories, which is a small c. The term calorie in food labels and discussions in short and for kilocalories. So we use calories as a way just to shorten these things. How many calories in that? You can look on the back of labels of things. So each macronutrient provides a specific amount of calories per gram. I've already brushed over the fact that carbohydrates have 4 kilocalories per gram, proteins 4, fats is 9, and so on. Alcohol is not a macronutrient, but is equal to 7 kilocalories per gram. So an example, 10 grams of protein equals 40 kilocalories. 10 grams of carbohydrates, 40 kilocalories. 5 grams of fat, 45 kilocalories, equaling 125 kilocalories. So whatever you're eating and you're consuming, that adds up to a caloric amount. Now, focus on calories and caloric balance as the foundation. I've already said that. Calories determine whether your weight goes up or down. Now, this is really not negotiable physics here. It's not the absolute dead hard truth, and I'll get diving that further about the 2 compartment syndrome by Dr. Jason Fung. It's a really good presentation, which he gives and explains why the body is not so simple like that. However, if we just take on the basics of physics and work off that, then that's an easy concept to work around. Now, there are plenty of mistakes here. If you overemphasize on food quality, timing, and supplements while ignoring overall caloric intake, or focus too much on high quality or healthy food, it still leads to weight gain if calorie consumption exceeds your needs. So it wouldn't matter if you had 10 Mars bars or you had 1 piece of steak. Yes, the piece of steak is going to be way better for you and give you better delivery on protein rather than the 10 Mars bars. But if they both equal the same amount, although 10 Mars bars wouldn't, call it 5 Mars bars, they're going to equal the same in kilocalories. So the amount of energy actually counts at the end of the day. Start with calorie targets, which are foundational for nutritional goals. Use my macronutrient calculator to determine your targets. And now that's just general numbers there for you to work on, something that's free. And let's give you a bit of a breakdown. Now, if you're watching this and you're probably thinking like, I've heard this sort of stuff before, calories in, calories out. Now, if you're not familiar with Dr. Eric Helms, he has a pyramid. It's pretty basic here. The fact is, if you're watching this and you really aren't where you want to be goal-wise, then it's probably down to caloric balance. Obviously, training plays a big part in this, but determining your average or your total calories over time, that's what drives the change in weight and ultimately your progress. So start with calories, which is the foundation level, the bottom, the foundation level. Then you go up to macronutrients, as in trying to get the balance of those things right. And then micronutrients, and then meal timing, and then supplements. And why this matters is that sometimes people go, right, what supplements do I need? They get the man shake, or they go and get a protein shake because they think they're deficient in protein, when they actually should be concerning themselves with the foundational level. Do you get what I mean? Follow that pyramid. That really helps. So the pyramid really ensures that your focus is definitely in the right order to achieve sustainable results. Some recommended tracking tools here. So MyFitnessPal, it's ideal. It's barcoded if you're purchasing prepackaged foods, with also a very, very large database. It's always growing. It's been around for years and years. You can get a free tool. You can go onto the App Store, whether you're on Android or Apple. Get that, and you can use a free trial if you want to go up a level. But it's nice and simple, and I won't walk through that. There's also some alternative apps for free, great for those people who are cooking something and they want to know. You can literally chat GPT it, or even Google these days, and find out what's in it to make sure you're not going over. However, using a database like MyFitnessPal really helps, because you can see what you had the day before, what you're having on that day, and then you have in mind where you are in terms of what surplus how much more you're having over, or how much under that. So if you're hitting that caloric need each day, you know you're going to be feeling, I guess, in order to hit those targets, you're going to be feeling like you're achieving those things, and that gamification really helps. So there's a free calculator, as I mentioned, you can get online. If you Google MyFitnessPal free calculator, there's a blog on it. It'll take you straight to that website. You put your age, your gender, your height, how tall you are, how much you weigh, and the units of that, what your activity level is, and that plays a big part in your basal metabolic rate. And then what you're aiming to do, whether you want to lose weight, gain weight, or maintain things like that. Now, MyFitnessPal note is that they have a default ratio, and that's 50% carbohydrates, 20% protein, 30% fat. Now, that's a baseline used for a person who needs 2,000 calories as a target. Now, I'm 48 years old at the time of this video, and normally I would need to maintain my weight, I would need about 1,800 to 2,000. Now, if I want to lose weight, I'm going to need less than that. And I'm 6'2.5", so I'm 188 centimeters. It's going to be different for me to you. So go online and go to that calculator, or find another free one, and see what comes up there. And also my spreadsheet, I'll note as well, the ratios are quite similar there. It's just very general information for you, just to get started, to use something just to start tracking. Now, make sure you set aside time for this before your last meal to make sure you're tracking intake. Get your daughter or your son, who might be techie, to take a photo of your meal. And the funny thing about MyFitnessPal is you can take a photo of your meal, and it might even identify it with AI what that is, and then say, oh, that's a piece of steak. And you go, great, I'll mark that as a piece of steak. And it might be off and you have to adjust things, but it can read over time what you have for breakfast, what you have for a snack, what you have for lunch, what you have for afternoon dinner, what you have for dinner. You can even upload your own recipes on there. You can share it and things like that. In my app that I have for my training, my Trainerize app, which I have for my private clients, they can integrate MyFitnessPal in with the training app. So therefore, on their own dashboard, they can see what they're eating and their training output. So it's pretty cool like that for those people who are, I guess, motivated by those things. Make sure you have the balance. Focus on hitting your calorie goal for 7 days. So if you just think about this in terms of what do I need to do so far, I learned that macronutrients is important. I understand that calories are king. Balance is important. Now I have a tracker that I have access to, and I know what my numbers are. Now my next goal is to track that for 7 days. That's the goal. Give that a go, fellas, because that's the start of, I guess, re-establishing and taking control of your consumption of food. Weight and progress are definitely driven by your average caloric intake. So if you see you're going up in measurement and you're gaining weight, then of course you need to adjust things back on that. You can always rework things, but essentially what it's saying on the metrics and what it's saying on how you're feeling is basically going to determine where you're at. Now, if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, just start with an example meal plan that I've put down here below. Just as a bit of an idea, it's just a 7-day meal plan. Nothing specific, nothing targeted. I'm not aware of your anything you're allergic to, or any your caloric needs, or whether you prefer meat or fish. Doesn't really matter. It's just an example for you to have a bit of a look at. It's not strict. Definitely substitute foods that suit your preferences. So the next steps, I've already said 7 days in a row. Track that for. Log your calories, your protein, your fats in your tracker, whether you're using the spreadsheet that I've given you or using MyFitnessPal. Track that for 7 days. Share it on YouTube, or share it with me directly if you'd like to. If you're a paying client, we can share that in there, and therefore we're seeing how you're going with that. Now, there's definitely some advanced strategies here for food timing, meal structuring, macronutrient, micronutrient balance, etc., which we can discuss later on. But really the big key is have some accountability around this. The app is great, but your wife or your kids or your best friend is even better for that. Having a hard copy sheet up on the board that you can, on the wall, that you can actually be putting your targets into is also a big part about that, I guess, building that consistency and using that muscle of accountability. Stay consistent, hit your targets, and this is definitely your key to achieving your goals. Now that's it for macros. I look forward to seeing you in the next video in the Man Code series, talking about metrics and how to track, measure, and see results. I'll be guiding you through a simple Fitter After 40 metrics spreadsheet, which I've designed myself, that embeds some of these habits that you can use and lock into your mind and give you lasting results to help you with fat loss and just general health. I look forward to seeing you in this video. Make sure you like, comment, and share. I look forward to seeing you then. Done.